Hello everyone, and welcome back to some more When the Night Comes. So we're going to pick up right where we left off, and I'm feeling a little bit better. I still have a cough every now and then, so hopefully that won't impact this too much. But anyway, right where we left off. So we had a conversation with Harry, and he told us not to trust anyone, and apparently not a bloody soul. Suspect everyone, question everything. Oh, well that's awkward. We probably could have finished that scene last episode. My bad. I closed the doors behind me, leaving August and Harry with their discussion. I feel a bit overwhelmed, but ready. Ready to finally start my investigation, to hopefully end all this chaos. I take a deep breath and straighten my clothes, feeling ruffled from both that initial heated encounter, and the brief but informative conversation with the Lieutenant General. As I turn to leave, I spot Piper leaning against the wall. She looks stoic, her gaze fixed on the floor, but she perks up whenever she spots me approaching. Oh, I love these images so much. Oi, Elise. I can call you that, can't I? She makes a quiet, frustrated noise and closes her eyes. She shakes her head, exhaling sharply before she meets my gaze. Listen, I'm sorry I had to witness that exchange. I couldn't bring myself to leave without apologizing for my behavior, both today and in the tavern the other day. It's been a rough few weeks, and I often let my passion overrule any rational thought that I promise I'm capable of having. It's unbecoming of me. I'm taken aback by the vulnerability of her words, her stance. This isn't the Piper I thought that I'd become accustomed to. Piper, it's... She raises her hand to halt my words, calloused fingers curling into a fist. Please, Elise, just let me apologize, okay? I meant to say, okay, and then alright, and it came out at, the same time. Anyway, then we can pretend I never acted like a complete arsehole, and you can go and do your job. So? Aw. She sticks her hand out, daggers are clanging noisily where they rest in the holsters at her back. The name's Piper Merryman. She rolls her eyes, taking a deep breath before her next sentence. Major, Piper Merryman. She throws me a wicked grin, and I can't help but laugh at her playfulness. Oh, we have a flirt option. Obviously, we're gonna flirt. Why not? Yay! I eagerly take her hand in my own and shake it firmly, my touch lingering a little longer than necessary as I cling to her warmth. It's a pleasure, Hunter Merryman. I trust I'll be seeing you around, or I hope. Ooh. A smirk hooks the corner of her mouth, our fingers brushing as they slowly part, and there's something curious shining in that striking sapphire gaze. Well, the town is terribly small. It'd be quite hard to avoid me. I shrug, nonchalant. I can think of far worse things than bumping into you. She narrows her eyes, shoving me playfully, the most subtle flash of color creeping across her freckled cheeks. Aw. Oh, I don't know. I can be pretty scary, if you ask nicely. Nicely, you say? She purses plum-colored lips, those endless pools of sapphire sweeping over me like a caress. Well, well. I think we're going to get along swimmingly, Elise. She's quite an enigma, and I can feel my skin prickling under her heavy gaze. It's certainly not an unwelcome feeling. She snorts a laugh, the sound wholly inelegant, but charming nonetheless. What's so funny? She narrows her gaze, shifting from one foot to the other, as if she has excess energy to dispel. Oh, nothing much. Just didn't expect you to be quite so interesting, I suppose. I feign offense, and her answering laugh is magical. I'll just have to prove myself then, won't I? That you will. Now. With a heavy sigh, Piper glanced at the clock before turning to me with a roll of her eyes. I had better get going. I have an inevitably worthless mission to get on with. People in this town are adept at mistaking common house cats for ghastly creatures. Must be something in the water. I should go too. Yes, of course. Now, off you go. Save Lunaris and all that. See you around, Elise. She turns on her heel and heads for the exit, pulling her chestnut hair up into a messy bun as she goes. I gather my wits, checking my supplies and weapons, adjusting my armor. It's time to begin. Yay, I'm so excited! It's a strangely beautiful day in Lunaris, regardless of the biting cold. The sky is clear, the well, I almost nailed that one. The cobbled streets abuzz with smiling faces, people strolling to the market with empty baskets and full pockets. There's certainly a different vibe to the last time I walked this street. No panic, no haste. As I draw nearer to the center of town, I see that imposing white building. Scarlet flags sway in the wind, but the closer I look, I see they're tattered and dirtied. The twins may be human, but the way my stomach drops and twists as I approach a weathered wooden door tells me that I may be a little shocked by what I find. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty. Wow, that's really pretty. I push open the heavy doors, and the sight that I'm met with snatches the breath from my lungs. The abandoned church is huge. Its domed ceiling was seamlessly once decorated in intricate painting, but the layers have cracked and peeled over time, and nothing more than the remnants of what looks like a starry night sky remains. Oh, that's so pretty. The furniture is caked with thick layer of dust, and the pews are in disarray, covered with strange etchings that look like they've been carved into cheap wood with a blunt nail. There's a lot to take in, but I'm not here to scour this ruin for evidence. I'm here to talk to its inhabitants. The dread that's now firmly seated in the pit of my stomach churns violently, but something old, something that lingers. I anticipate that I might find a lot more than I bargained for if I truly desired, but I need to focus. I need to find the Woodridge Trail. Oh my god, that's a word to say. As if by magic, 2 pairs of startling bright blue eyes emerge from the shadows near the destroyed pulpit. Oh wow. Okay, they're like vampire-y. I don't know who's speaking, if it's the guy or the girl, but we're just gonna wing this. I'm gonna assume it's a girl. Hello, Hunter. We were expecting you. To say that they're unusual would be an understatement, and they're not at all what I expected. Yeah, I thought they were gonna be younger. Question immediately starts slow. Let's just start slow. We kind of want to make friends first, be the good cop. So we're just gonna start slow. I offer her a small, friendly smile, however forced it may be. Word travels fast here, doesn't it? I'm Hunter Eldridge, and you are? She narrows her eyes at me, suspicious for the briefest of moments before she's smiling, unquestionably friendly. Despite her best efforts, it's still unnerving. I'm Aurora, and this is my dear brother, Armoros. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Hunter Eldridge. I nod politely, not quite sure which of them I should be focusing my attention on. Armoros doesn't appear to be enjoy talking, or maybe he's simply not permitted to. His overbearing sister is clearly the leader of the two. Address Aurora, address Armoros. I feel like Aura's the one answering the questions and the one who introduced herself to us, so that's probably more of where we should go. I don't know if these are romance options or not, but we're just gonna talk to Aurora. I study her steeled gaze, and she seems completely at ease, confident. So, Aurora, can you tell me what you do here? Armoros looks relieved that I didn't focus my attention on him. Oh, that's good. His once stiff shoulders sagging. Aurora clears her throat, a delicate hand covering her mouth as she does so. Well, what exactly would you like to know? What is the ABIC, and what do you know about the murders? Let's ask about the murders first. That seems to be our main case. I'm sure you're very aware of the recent murders in the area. Can you tell me anything that might be used to my investigation? Aurora steals her gaze, unblinking, fingers clasped tightly in front of her. We saw nothing, and we have an alibi. I look at Armoros, startled that he actually oh, that was Armoros. Whoops, my bad. That he actually spoke, his voice soft, comforting. Regardless, his words sound practiced, rehearsed. He looks nervous, like he'd rather be anywhere else but here, and his eyes keep darting to the door behind me. Nothing at all. You're stationed right beside the graveyard where the last hunter's body was discovered. You're telling me that you didn't hear a thing. He was brutally murdered, seeming set alight and burned to ash, and yet he didn't scream or call for help? Oh, look how his eyes look away from us. That's suspicious. I find that hard to believe. Aurora's lips curl at the corner, her eyes dark. My brother speaks the truth, Hunter Eldridge. Question us all you like, but we've been through this with your insufferable predecessor. Just as Harry said, they apparently have an ironclad alibi, but my suspicion does not waver. I nod once, noticing Amro's gaze burning into me, and though I cannot gauge how he's feeling, my gut tells me that he has something to say. Something he cannot with his sister by his side. Like he's scared. What is it? Oh, good, we get to ask both. Nice. I clear my throat, trying my hardest not to be distracted by their unnatural stillness. Can you explain to me what you do, and why? They share a look, and Armos nods once under his sister's ice-cold gaze. Our purpose is simple. We spread the word of the night, of those that are oppressed and murdered in cold blood. And who exactly are the oppressed, Miss Woodridge? She giggles, to sound musical, but edging on manic. The creatures, of course. I look at Armros, and he drops his gaze, color sweeping across his pale cheeks. Is my answer not satisfying, Hunter Eldridge? Surely you know that the institution that you serve brings harm to innocents. The creatures that you kill are nothing more than confused, lost, looking for salvation. I pause, carefully contemplating my response. My adult life has consisted of seeing creatures trying to mindlessly murder innocent people, trying to kill me as I protect them. I see no desire for salvation in that. I appreciate that there are creatures who do not intend to hurt anyone, even some that are kinder than most humans. But... I smile again, take a deep breath. But I cannot bring myself to understand how you could so blindly support the slaughter of your own people. Armros frowns deeply, and I swear I see him shaking his head at me, but it's just subtle enough that his sister does not notice. Because humans are inferior and pathetic. We infest and corrupt the earth by dedicating our time and resources to riddling it of the only things that give our wretched species any hope. She inhales sharply, calming herself and brushing her hands over the front of her skirt. So, Hunter Eldridge, to answer your question, we are here to protect the creatures, just as you are here to destroy them. I feel like Harry sent me here just to unnerve me. Surely he knew this is what I would be faced with. I still have nothing to work with here, and as the twins continue to stare me down, I think about his parting words. Suspect everyone, question everything. You truly have nothing else to say regarding the situation? Aurora stands firm, straight, her lips curling into that wolfish grin once more. Not a thing, dear Hunter. It was ever so wonderful to make your acquaintance, so... Truly. Do stop by again, alright? We're more than happy to accommodate you, should your agency need to question us for a third time. Armros gives me a look again, and I wonder if it would be possible to somehow get him alone. I have a feeling I get a lot more out of him than I have from her. Thank you, Aurora. Armros. Okay, and I think on that note, so we're going to go ahead and end this episode here, and the next one we should be able to finish a chapter, maybe start chapter 3, because that should be out so soon. I think I'm publishing this on the 1st, actually. I'm not sure what day it is. What day is it? Yeah, I should be publishing this tomorrow on the 1st. So yay, that chapter should be out. I'm very, very excited to dive into it a little bit more, and I'll talk to you all then. So thank you all so much for watching, and until the next one, bye.